ng isang song is parang paghahanap ng jowa. Very challenging. BINI. Maraming beses na nga ba nadapa tumaya na 4 and 6. So wala silang ambag. The prestigious 37th Awit Awards in the Philippines has finally announced its nominees. And of course, kabilang dito yung karera ng BINI as one of the best inspirational recording. As a matter of fact, yung ibang mga schools, especially high schools, ginagamit na rin tong song na to as their graduation song. And of course, I am one of those thousands of people na na-inspire dito sa song na to. Pero para sa mga taong nakakaalam ng song na karera, for sure alam nyo na kung ano yung rason kung bakit na-nominate yung karera as one of the best inspirational songs this year. Dahil alam nyo na kung bakit na-nominate tong song na to. Di wala na tayong dapat pag-usapan pa. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Joke. Well, jokes aside, this song Karera gives us a different flavor if you're gonna compare it to the other inspirational songs out there. And with that being said, it is time to break down this BINI's inspirational song, Karera. Compared din sa ibang inspirational songs, they're usually slower or less than 100 BPM para medyo touchy, diba? So kung tutuusin, how could this song touch or inspire so many people kung mabilis? Dito na papasok yung mga brilliant writers of this masterpiece. The song Karera was written by Nika Del Rosario. Kung hindi mo siya nakikilala, siya lang naman yung sumulat ng song na Tala by Sarah G, along with Jumbo de Belen and Jose Miguel Cortez. So these people are from Flip Music Production, that is a Philippine-based sound production something. So napakalaki ng contribution ng tatlong to dito sa piyesang to dahil yung iba sa kanila sila yung sumulat ng lyrics, or yung iba sa kanila sila yung gumawa ng chords, etc. So pinerform lang ng BINI, no? So wala silang ambag. Ulul. Isa sa mga iconic lines ng song na to are of course the rap parts. And it was written by Maria Nicolette Vergara, Micaela Jana Lim, Stacy Aubrey Sevilleja. Actually, those lines are very iconic. Yung tipong sa ulo ko pa yung ibang parts ng rap. Okay, wait lang. Set ko lang yung metronome para malagyan ko ng background music mamaya. Okay, 118 BPM. BINI. Maraming beses na nga ba nadapa tumaya naniwala sa mundo madaya. Ano nga ba, sino nga ba, ikaw ba o ako ba? Hindi lang magbabahala. Yeah, huwag ka nang maniwala sa paniniwala. Dapat makipag-unahan sa karera. Kung wala namang karera, dahan-dahan, tahan lang. Kakayanin yung isa pa lang. At yung isa pang line na tumatak sa akin dito is yung sa bawat panibagong umaga, ang pagsimula muli ay isang tagumpay na. Lagi talaga akong kinikilabutan dyan sa part na yan. As in. Tapos may singit ko lang tong video na to dun sa umpisa ng karera dahil parang tinutulungan ni Colette si Sheena na bumangon. Ang galing. Pero those are only the components of this masterpiece kung bakit siya tinawag na inspirational song. Because when it comes to its musicality, sobra din akong humanga doon sa producers and for those people who made the music of this song. And with that being said, it is time for another breakdown.
Okay, so Karera tutorial, so C major 7.
So key of C yung Karera? Nope. That is not always the case. Para malaman mo kung ano yung key ng isang song, may mga test ka na dapat gawin katulad ng finding the tonal center by playing the melody. Yung iba naman gumagamit ng mga visual representations like circle of fifths para makita kung sino yung kamag-anak ng chord. Kaya kung ipaglalaban mo na key of C yung Karera, i-comment mo yan sa comment section. O kung gusto mo, pwede naman tayo mag-usap privately para mapakita ko sa'yo yung full presentation kung bakit hindi siya key of C. Finding the key or the one or the root or yung tonic ng isang song is parang paghahanap ng jowa. Very challenging. Yung akala mo siya na, hindi pala. So the song Karera is actually in the key of G, which is a typical OPM key, right? Like ako siguro personally, kaya kong gumawa ng 100 OPM songs mashed up gamit yung key na to. So Karera has a chord progression of 4 and 6 and then 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 sa mga verses na parts. And then 4, 5, 3, 6 para doon naman sa mga refrain and chorus parts. And here where it gets interesting, dito sa dance break at sa bridge part, people who made the chord progression of this song had this interesting idea of ascending and descending chord progression. So the chord progression dito sa may dance break at bridge part starts at 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6. Also, another thing to mention, kailangan natin malaman yung kahalagahan ng 1 o nung tonic o mas kilala sa tawag na key. Because ito yung home ng isang buong chord progression, which in this case, it's G major. At sa song na Karera, kahit na nasa key of G siya, hindi man lang nila nagamit yung chord na to, miski isang beses. So in other words, hindi sila umuwi doon sa bahay o sa home, o sa tonic, o sa 1, o sa root, o sa key, whatever you call it. So uulitin ko lang tong statement ko doon sa isa kong critical analytic video that this music basically tells us not specifically but musically na ikinikwento ng song na to yung journey natin sa labas ng bahay o yung mga pinagdaanan natin sa buhay. And sa bridge part, pati sa dance break, since it's descending and ascending chord progression, for me, it is the ups and downs na nararanasan natin sa buhay.